Thomas Jefferson, born April 13, 1743, at Shadwell, Virginia, author of the Declaration of Independence and Statute of Virginia for Religious Freedom, third President of the United States, and founder of University of Virginia. Died July 4th, 1826.
Having a smaller national government is generally better than having a larger one. For the most part, states should be able to make their own rules based on what their people want. That way, more people are pleased with these rules. The national government should be only responsible for major decisions such as foreign relations and to interpret the Constitution. As far as foreign relations go, we should try to keep good relations with all countries at all costs. If it means continuing to import manufactured goods from Britain, then the import costs will be worth the good relations. And as far as Constitution interpretation goes, we should only be able to do things that are directly stated in the Constitution to avoid being unconstitutional. For example, the introduction of a national bank is not stated as legal in the Constitution, therefore it should be considered unconstitutional because no one has agreed upon it. A large group of people should work together in a democracy to make important national decisions that all can agree on.
I strongly disagree with that statement. The states should have close to no power, and the introduction of a national bank should most certainly be considered. Ideas that have not been previously stated in the Constitution can and should be added.
Nowhere in the Constitution does it say we could have a national bank. Therefore, we should obviously not create one, otherwise it would have originally been put in the Constitution. If it isn't stated in the Constitution, it clearly was not meant to be done.
That is exactly my point. It's not stated in the Constitution, so it needs to be added. The Constitution is just a general guideline that we need to follow lightly and add to.
No, the Constitution was written to be followed, not disregarded. It was written to give the national government just enough power that it can maintain order in the nation. If we abuse the Constitution, we give too much power to the central government.
Most of the power should be given to the federal government, and in regards to the Constitution, it should be followed to a loose extent. This allows for changes to be made and improvement to the country as a whole.
The Constitution is the basis of our national government and describes a small and discrete government that functions for the benefit of its people, not for its leaders. When leaders become selfish and greedy, they will end up like France or Britain with a revolution. We remain neutral on the topic of the French Revolution because we don't necessarily disagree with their cause because they are standing up against their corrupt government. It would be hypocritical to act the way King Louis and Marie Antoinette do. If we remain constitutional and continue strict interpretation of the Constitution, we remain an ideal government and country.